Everybody.
Yo, what's
So,
good?
what's good, Godfrey? How are you, sir?
Good, man. It's been a hell of a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Steamrolling toward us, and every day is a new surprise, in a good way, But
Yeah, man.
uh, forever grateful for our supporters out there and our people that support the brand because without them, we would not be here. The
Yeah, big shout out to
community,
everybody.
yeah, especially the community. The detailing community. They're me and Christian like to say they're the roots of the brand. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, we'd be nothing without the guys and detailers, man.
nothing. 100%.
So, big
Well,
shout out to everybody. Not too sure how many people saw, but we went with the help of Mr. JTC, Mr. Dummy Viral himself, Bio Bombs and House of Rags went a little viral this weekend.
man's got the Midas touch. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't even know where the video's at right now, but that thing's going. I don't understand it. Jamie makes all these other videos and they're like super like well put together. And then next thing you know, man, you drop a bio bomb on a Monday, Friday, Tuesday, whenever, and the guy just goes viral.
Heck yeah.
Can't complain. Shout out to JTC. Love you, brother.
You just gotta do it sometimes. You can't overthink it. You know what I mean? And that's
I think the biggest thing we learned from Jamie with that every time we talk to him is just consistency. Dude just posts every day, and every once in a while you get one of them pops. We got lucky that it was kind of with us this week. So,
heck yeah.
What's
Fun times.
up, Godfrey? People want to know what you've been up to.
Chilling. I've been just been super busy. I mean, I am below 265 now, so we got it's going to be close, but I think by SEMA I might be at the goal weight. You know what I mean? So been doing that. Hitting it. I hit the gym like 2-3 times this past week. Got the weights in, starting to get the weights in, on a regular basis.
2 or 3.
No, it was 3. It was 3. But
Don't
one day
yourself.
One day I could only get in like 25 minutes, but I still got
Doesn't
there.
matter. Doesn't matter. Counts as a day being there.
So getting the weights in, getting that bulk up, feeling lighter.
You're getting the weights in, you must be getting the soreness on, otherwise you ain't working out.
Oh yeah, for sure. My legs don't really get sore, man. I've always been like naturally a strong leg guy. Upper body, sure. Back, actually not much back. Upper body, arms, stuff like that. It's usually, it's this right around here. You feel the soreness, but the legs, I've never really got sore doing legs. I think I naturally have big legs.
You just lunge all day with no problems. Box jumps, step ups all day, no problem. No soreness.
I didn't say I was doing box jumps. I was lifting weights here. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves.
What are you doing? I mean, if you're doing legs the right way, them things should always hurt, bro. They don't ever not hurt.
Well, I've never, I'm pretty sure I've had leg days back in the day when I have hurt, but I'm just doing, you get in there in the usual leg exercise. I just go to the machines. I look at the machines and I see what muscle works out. Like, all right, let me work on this muscle. Let me work on that muscle. And, try to replicate the motion. You know what I mean? Just it's about getting into routine right now for me, of going, you know what I'm saying? Just going there and then building on that. Because that's you got to show up for it to even matter. So,
yeah, man. As long as you're going there and you're doing it, that's all that matters. Half the battle is getting there. Once you get there, it's usually easy to get a workout done.
Yeah, but it's yeah, man, it's crazy. So crazy times out. Football season, traveling here or there. It's never a dull moment in my life. I don't think there's a dull moment in yours either, right, Christian?
Nah, there's not definitely been a dull moment in quite some time, man. So I always say, man, blessed to be stressed, dude. Definitely appreciate the busyness. I focus better when I'm in a chaotic situation than I am sitting and chilling. If I ever tell you I'm bored or I'm sitting around chilling, something's up. So
there you go. There you go. But yeah, we got a
big shout out to Chris M, by the way, dog. I saw you drop the review for us the other day on the website. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Drago was good. Chengy was good. Deadpool, Detail Obsessed was cracking. Got everybody. Oh shit, high ticket in the house tonight.
1.5 million. Damn. Okay. Look at you, Drago. So good stuff, man. We got a special guest on this week. Some of you guys in the chat, we all met, me specifically, we met in the TikTok lives, the legendary TikTok lives that people talk about from the Bio Bombs We haven't done as much lately. Actually, I don't think we've done any. Like maybe one in the last 3 months, or it might have been longer than that. But good run for a while. And a lot of us met people, connected, formed relationships, and this is where I met the man coming in right now, Mr. Johan Delgado from Delgado Detailing.
What's going on,
Welcome
Mr.
on.
Johan?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's cracking, dog? How you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm freaking tired. Been working a whole butt ton. Now that summer is over, it's probably be slowing down a little bit, but man, this summer season was crazy, dude. I was just putting my head down and working. So
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Blessed to be stressed. Blessed to be stressed.
That's true.
There you go.
So what's up? You said something a little backstage, like you got a little bit of sunburn going on. What's
Oh
what's
yeah,
the
you
deal?
see like my hat tan line?
Ah,
So,
yeah, I see it a lot more now.
I've gotten rid
You
of
can't
it,
tell
but
when
then
you're 4 or 5
I
inches
started work
back.
for like 2 days with a hat like this, and then now it's back.
Not a good play, bro.
It is what it is, you know.
Yep.
Is it hot out there in Oklahoma area right now?
It's still kind of toasty. It's starting to cool down now. I think today was actually really nice. I think it was only 85 degrees today. Yeah, but I mean, we've just kind of dipped down into the 80s. It's been in like the low 90s, 95.
Oof.
Stupid humidity. Oklahoma's where I'm from. I live in Oklahoma. So if anyone's in Texas, Oklahoma, you know my pain. The sun is brutal, and as a big man myself, it definitely slows me down a little bit. But
As a
it doesn't
man of
stop
more
me.
stature, you know.
Yeah. Well, Oklahoma, I've never been there, but I have a feeling I'll be there someday for sure. A handful of guys out there that are detailers in Oklahoma now via TikTok. Is that how we met? Or no, I think I called you and I on the phone before.
So I believe what happened is I saw someone, I think it was Jamie, shared a TikTok basically saying reach out to BioBombs on Instagram, and if you're a detailer, they'll send you a free kit. So then I reached out to you on Instagram, and then then you called me. So that's how we kind of met, and then I started seeing you on TikTok lives and stuff. So the rest is history.
Yeah, rest is history.
Still in the making. Still in the making.
Still in the making. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah, man. So you've been doing it for 2 years. So we were talking a little bit about your story, getting in here, and what got you into the detail game? Like, you've been doing it for 2.5 years. First of all, you were doing it with a Volkswagen at first. What were you doing? Because I always find it.
So
circle all the way back. Give the people the whole.
All right.
The whole
technically, I started detailing when I was in high school. So I was in marching band. I was in jazz band.
Hold on, wait, time out.
Musicals.
Well, I want to guess your instrument. I want to guess your instrument first. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna go with the tuba.
Oh no. I played trumpet.
Trumpet. Okay, that was my next thing. All right.
Yeah.
You continue on. I'd say
I played trumpet. So the thing is, I was so busy all the freaking time. So it would have been impossible to get a normal job. All my friends were starting to get jobs, and they were making money, wanted to hang out, and I was freaking broke. So I'm like, what can I do? And I really owe my entire detailing business and this whole idea to my older brother. So my older brother was the one who got me into cars. He was always huge into cars, modifying them. But one thing he did religiously when we lived at my parents' house, he would wash his car every single weekend.
Yes, that kind of guy.
And I mean, his car wasn't even super fancy. It was a Toyota Matrix. But I mean, he kept that thing looking spectacular. And then one day I just wanted to learn what he was doing, and he taught me how to wash it. We used the McGuire's wax in a can, and we're still drying with chamois back then. Like, I mean, the good old.
You ain't that old, bro.
Bro, I'm 25.
Get the hell out of here! Still using chamois back then.
We're using the.
I guess you kind of could say you might have
chamois. What you can buy at Walmart.
Okay.
But then I got my first car, and then my brother was teaching me how to wash it. He bought me basically a detailing kit, stuff to do my own car, and I really started falling in love with it because people were saying, "Man, your car looks brand new." And back in 2016, I got my license. That was a 2008. It was an 8-year-old car. People were like, "Man, what do you do to your car? It looks brand new." And then it wasn't until my neighbor was like, "Hey, can you do mine too?" I'm like, "Oh, you want to pay me for that?"
Light bulb moment.
Yeah, I was like, "Well, sure." She's like, "How does $50 sound?" And as a 16-year-old, I'm like,
$50 inside and outside. Heck yeah, man. That's a weekend worth of pleasure right there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, dude, I could go. I hang out with my buddies, go to the mall back when malls were a thing.
Arcades
So that's
and
basically
shit.
kind of what it started. So I was back then I had a G37 coupe. If anyone has a G37 coupe, I have underwear older than that. That's funny. That trunk is tiny. So basically what I did is I went to garage sales, trying to find a bigger shop vac and stuff. And I was washing cars with a garden hose, freaking Armor All, the random shop vac that I bought in on a garage sale. I couldn't even fully close my trunk, but I was making it work.
Yeah.
And then I went and did a mission trip for my church. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So I was gone for 2 years. I came back, bought a Volkswagen GTI, which is what you see in the thumbnail. And I was trying my best in the car sales world. And don't get me wrong, there's probably some really good car salespeople out here. But at least for me, in the environment that I was in, it was very toxic and very slimy. And I just couldn't do it anymore. So I left, and then I
Not
still
far
had to
off.
make money. I left like immediately, like one day just clicked, and I quit that same day. I'm like, I need to get money.
It's car sales is not for everyone. So it's a unique environment. I did a 9-year tour, as I like to call it there, or 8.5-year tour. And but I learned a lot of good things from it too. But there is a lot of things to be said. I think the business has gotten better. I worked at one of the better places. Where they didn't do that. So but I will say there are certain places, and they strive not to be like that will make you feel that way, because you're like, what? You want me to say what? And you're like, oh.
Hold up, Godfrey. Hold up. Let me interrupt you. Everybody give a nice warm welcome to Mr. Dummy Vire himself. What up, Jamie? How are you, sir? Great to have you in here, brother.
That's funny. So, yeah, man, the car sales. Yeah, I totally get where you come from. It's a tough game.
Like, I had a great, my sales managers were amazing people. They taught me a lot of great lessons in life, but it took me about 6 months to really realize if I wanted to make it big in the industry, I had to kind of put my morals to the backside. I'm not saying they're going out there specifically to screw people over or anything. It's just that, a lot of times when you're trying to get profit up there, you're not going to be giving people the best of deals. And when you finally understand that, I speak Spanish, so I dealt with a lot of people who didn't have they're a resident, so they didn't have a social. They were going on I-10 numbers. It's a lot harder to get loans for them. And, I was doing that. I was like, dude, we got them approved. This is great. This is great news. And just sometimes the deals just weren't super good. And then I had to present it as it was a good deal. I just had to keep doing that. Yeah. I still love the car industry. Great people, but it just wasn't for me. Just like that, I was like, I need to start something. And I actually ended up going to college. That's how erratic my mind was. I got to start something. Maybe I should do detailing. My answer was college. I'm not in college anymore, so there's that. But when I was up in college, I actually started working at a detail shop, a high volume detail shop, and that's kind of what ignited that spark back into detailing. So when I came back home, I got married, was working part-time, going to school part-time, and then I started detailing part-time out of my GTI. It's a hatchback, has a lot of room. I put a cargo box on there. That's where I had all my hoses, my step ladder, and I made it work. And last August, I bought my work truck. Nothing fancy. It's a 2002 Toyota Tundra long bed. Got a utility camper shell on top, and been running good ever since. So
yeah, a long bed. That's just a lot of stuff in there, bro.
Oh yeah. I fit a
long bed is an underrated option for a detail rig, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, it's
long beds out there in general.
I see everyone do like the 5.5 foot beds, 6 foot beds. Like, how do you do it?
Jamming stuff in that.
Like
joint.
Sometimes I want more room. I wish I had like a 10-foot bed or something.
Yeah, the car looks like a transformer jamming in that small bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Crazy. Yeah, the long beds, when I sold cars and I worked at a Toyota dealership, people will buy them, but the long bed Tundras were hard to find, even brand new. You could not get those things. So you get your hands on one. You got an older one, you told me, right?
Yeah, it's a 2002.
How many miles?
I bought it with 161,000 miles, and right now it's at 178.
Are you just breaking that thing in?
Bro, I know, and it's running great, man. I haul a 65-gallon water tank, so when it's full, an extra 540 pounds. I like to overpack, so I bring my heated extractor, all my stuff, and it's full to the brim, but it still always gets like 15 mpg. Doesn't matter if it's fully loaded or not. You know,
it'll run forever for you, man. Toyotas are great
Yeah.
trucks, bro. I met a guy down at the river last summer. He had like 350,000 or something like that, like 400,000 on his Tundra. It was or his Tacoma. It was insane.
So, I mean, so maybe I missed parts, but there was a certain time where you were like, I'm going full pop on this. I'm going full bore. Where you pull the trigger where you're like, I'm making this happen full time.
Yeah. So that time I was doing college full time. I was working at UPS part time. UPS is actually a really good job. You know, it was a great job. I was working there part time, and I was doing detailing on the side. But then it was peak season had just ended at UPS, so the hours were being cut. I was supposed to be getting 25 hours a week. I was lucky to get like 18. So I was like, and I started getting more busy. Just more organic word of mouth was coming. I was having to turn away calls. I had to be done with detailing by 3 p.m. That's really rough. And then one day I'm like, man, like in one detail, I made more than I made in the entire week at UPS doing part time. And I'm like, that was really my switch. I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting time here. At least at that moment, there's going to be opportunity costs everywhere. You always got to weigh your opportunity costs. So at that point, the opportunity cost of leaving to go and start my detailing business full time versus staying at UPS, being at UPS would actually end up costing me more. So I decided to leave, and it was honestly a really scary decision to go full time because then you got to go and get your own health insurance. You know, I'm a married man, so I got to make sure I'm good and I'm taken care of. There's a world of different millions answers on how to start, how to go full time. I just had to do it. It was really scary, but once I did it, I mean, I'm not really looking back anymore. I'm not saying there wasn't times in the slow seasons that I've maybe looked back and maybe got in on Indeed a little bit, a couple times. Sure. But I'm still so glad that I made that leap. Honestly, I think it's helped me mature and become more of an adult. It's helped me see life in a different way. It's helped me become more organized, more scheduled because, man, I'm a lazy dude. And you can't be lazy in detailing because if you're lazy, you don't make money. And that was a kind of a smack in the face to learn that lesson. But ultimately, you got to weigh your opportunity costs. If anybody in here is thinking about going full-time and you're doing detailing part-time, you need to start crunching some of the numbers, see how much you're making per week. If you're having to turn away any calls, any potential details, count those up. If the detail that you had to turn away because you're working was $300 and you get 3-4 of those you have to turn away, is it really worth getting whatever you're getting at your current job and turning away all that money? Or would it be worth it instead to get rid of your work income and go full-time to detailing and take advantage of that pool?
Yeah, the freedom. I mean, listen, very well articulated, bro. I mean, there was a lot of things you said there to even speak on in general. Just, you know what I mean? How it's kind of changed your life and kind of giving you the ability to be able to be a little bit more mature and, you know, kind of look at things a lot more objectively, right? Like you run a business, all of a sudden it's like, all right, I'm not stopping at 7-Eleven and dropping $15 or whatever because I'm just, you know, bored or whatever. It's like I'm gonna pack my lunch with me today, make sure I'm, you know, staying efficient so I can get to the extra jobs. You know, I mean, I think the biggest thing for anybody, right? It's always the risk when you're going from working somewhere corporate and what would be considered to be like a safe environment, you know, paychecks available for you, just show up for work, you know, always get paid, you know, but again, man, you know, there's a freedom and an independence that comes with becoming your own boss and kind of, you know, setting your own schedule and kind of creating your own destiny. So, you know, shout out to you for like, you know, taking that plunge, man. A lot of guys out there, I think, are in the same boat where they're not ready to do that. So hopefully somebody takes a little tidbit of knowledge right there and like, you know what, Johan told me to start my own thing. I'm going to do it. He seemed like he was pretty happy with the decision.
But I will say there's sometimes where it's not worth it. Like you have to get down and crunch the numbers. If your current demand isn't high enough, wait till it is. Once the opportunity cost of staying at your job is costing you more than it would to leave, that's the easiest way to know, all right, it's time to jump. Now, you can jump whenever you want. Depending on how much hustle, if you've got hustle like Christian does, you can jump whenever you want. But if you're looking for a 100% proven part of something to show, all right, it's time to leave, crunch the numbers. If it's costing you more because you're turning away business to stay working at your current job, leave. Make the jump.
Yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes you might not even be at that position yet, right? Like, but it just
Yeah.
might be one of them things where like you're miserable at the job. You're tired of Betty coming down on you every day for your TPS reports. You're like, yo, I'm tired of this shit, Betty. Like, get out of here. I'm going to start my own thing, you know?
For sure.
Lumberg. That was the guy's name in Office Space. Lumberg. Huh. I like that.
Okay.
Your TPS report.
Need you to come in on Saturday. Okay.
Like what?
Or the worst, man, is when you put in a request for PTO and they just don't give. They wait 2-3 weeks without giving you any update. You've already got your hotel booked and everything, and they come out like 3 days before your trip, say, "Hey, actually, we didn't approve it."
That had to be at a car dealership.
Hey, maybe so, but you know, it was 100%. It was brutal.
That happened to me before. Yeah. You know what I did? I went anyway. And like what?
Everybody talks about being able to create your own schedule and do your own thing when you're running your own business and shit. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a day off. Unless you're doing something wrong. You know, me and you have a talk over the podcast.
Yep. So that's interesting. So I was going to ask you the inspiration behind your company name, but I'm pretty sure I can guess that since it has your last name in it. Just you know, so kind of self-explanatory, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we were talking too, and and I wanted to talk about this too because. You know, this subject's kind of near to my heart and a lot of people's hearts, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. You know, Aaron Phoenix, EOD's talked about it. Me and we're talking about men's mental health. You know, not that the ladies don't matter, they do, but you know, I think the men's mental health gets overlooked a lot. You know, and I thought about it because you know, there's a time you know,
such a pussy, Godfrey.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
See, this is all right. Next, fresh AF. No, let's go to the next one. Next scene.
That's the problem. You can't do it because most guys just want to take shots when you go to open up. I was kind of
like,
a little segue.
They're like, yeah, you're like what? You know, yeah, people take open shots at you. But he got on a live and I was noticing, and you know, we talked about it because you know he was feeling. I heard it in his voice. We all talking, but the crazy thing is like, I felt like in general, when we were on that live, the community came together and kind of talked them up. I don't know if you felt that way, Johan.
Oh yeah,
you know,
100%.
And
100%.
And you know, we kind of stuck together. We talked him up, and we were like, "Hey, man, you know, do this, do that, do this," and kind of talked about it. And, you know, it's just like you know, you guys got to think, man. You never know what your homie's going through, your brother, your cousin, your father, that whoever that's important to you. You know, and I think you know what Christian said. You know, when he made fun of me is that kind of like there's a stigmatism, like you can't talk about it as a man. You know what I mean? And you should be able to do it because you hold that on the inside. You know, especially when you're a provider. You know, you got that stress on you. You know, there's so many different stresses. And I don't think people talk about it enough. You know, I've made it a point sometimes to talk to, you know, if I hear someone that I know, there doesn't even have to be like my best friend, right? Like if I hear that, I'll reach out to them. You know what I mean? That's just me. Not everybody has to do that. Not everybody's built to do that too, right? But you know, some people aren't built to talk to people. They might make them feel worse after they talk to them and say, you got to know who you are. You know what I mean? But I don't think I'm one of those people. So, you know, you know, everybody's talking to him. And it just, to me, he was telling me his journey about how it kind of improved for him, right? Like, because he put in the work. And, you know, a lot of people look to faith, and faith is an important thing, right? I think people should rightly look to faith. But what I want him to talk about too is it's a combination of maybe if you have faith and doing the work with the mental health, right? Talk to a little bit about it.
Yeah. So just to kind of give a background, I used to not really believe that mental health was a thing. I used to believe people who said they had depression were just being dramatic. And I kind of had, you know, I know he was joking, but I kind of had the same view of Christian. I'm like, suck it up, you know, man up. But one thing, I mean, I hope we're able to inspire anybody here to make that leap of faith and to go into full-time in detailing, because trust me, it is worth it. But I'm also going to tell you right now, what people show on social media is only half of the truth. People love to show on social media all the success they're getting, all the cars they're doing. This is how many ceramic coatings I'm doing. This is how you make $10,000 a month in recurring revenue, blah, blah, blah. That's all you see.
What
But you
about the people
don't
that canceled on you? What about the job that never showed? What about
exactly,
the
exactly.
dent you put because you weren't paying attention when you winged your vacuum around the, you
What
know what I mean?
about
Like,
those, dude? What about the time? No one tells you. What if you get in an accident? What if your vehicle like start having issues? You
right,
know, I crashed my freaking truck.
right.
I was down. I couldn't work for like 3 weeks. That's a lot of money.
That's brutal,
Um,
dude.
and so I was getting to a point, and I think some people might have not felt it because maybe the way they set up their business and their marketing and stuff, they were set during this time. I'm got more patience than a nun. Thank you, Into the Shine. Um, you know, I kind of didn't do it. I'm more the type of guy that I just go where the money's at. And I hit my first slow season right before the election. I don't know if anybody here got slow around like June, July of 2024, but I got like severely slow. And at least on social media, it was seeming like some other people that started similar time of me, they weren't. And so I immediately started comparing myself. What am I doing wrong? Man, I really suck. And I'm as someone who grew up in a religious, traditional household, I want to be. You know, I think of myself, even though it's just me and my wife right now, I think of myself as the provider. And I put myself in the shoes. I'm like, man, if I had a house and kids at this moment, I wouldn't be able to provide.
A lot of pressure.
And that really hit me super hard. I started just comparing myself to a lot of people, beating myself down, thinking that, oh, this is all my fault. And I bet you part of it was. Part of it
The
probably
vicious
was.
rabbit hole, dude. If you, I mean,
Yeah,
you think negative thoughts, you're gonna have that stuff manifest itself to you. You constantly
100%.
you
I
stay in that.
100% agree with that.
Yep.
I was manifesting all this dark energy, this
Yeah.
negative self-hate energy,
Yep. Yep.
and it was destroying me. It put me into probably the darkest time of my entire life. And just like how Godfrey said, I'm very religious. If anyone ever talks to me, I mean, you know, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I served a 2-year mission. I love God. I love Jesus. But Godfrey's exactly right. Sometimes people say, oh, give everything you have to Jesus. Absolutely. But you know what Jesus also did? He gave everything he has and all his knowledge to us. That's why there are people. That's why we in 2025 have the medical systems, the resources that we do today. And so I finally got to that point where, I mean, I was at rock bottom to the point where I kind of didn't want to be here the next day. And that scared me. And I finally talked to some people. Shout out to Chris from Nighthawk Brand. Homeboy. I didn't say anything to him. He just called me randomly one night. I didn't answer him because I wasn't feeling like it. He texted me, scared me, saying, hey, bro, we got to talk about some of these products that we were about to do a collab on. And so I called him back, and dude stood on the phone with me for like over an hour and talked to me about it. And
Chris could talk too, man. So he'll be.
Bro, I know. But, you know, he counseled me to, you know, first of all,
Chris is a good guy.
He helped me ground myself back to earth and encouraged me to get some help. And that's what I did. That's what I did, man.
Yeah, Chris is a solid dude.
I appreciate you having the courage to even share that, man. You know,
yeah,
that's a big deal.
I went and I got some help. And you know, I went and saw a psychiatrist. Turns out I had some severe depression. And turns out also all that stress that I was putting on myself also messed up with my hormones. Yeah, I noticed I had some rapid weight gain in the past couple of months, and I just thought maybe it's just I'm being a pig, you know. Turns out my testosterone level was abysmally low. For someone who's 25 and the number that I had, it was stupidly low. So
just think how crazy that is, right? Like you might think to yourself, like, man, I am such a fat bastard, right? But really, it's a snowball effect, right? Like you're depressed, you're gaining weight. You think it's because you're not doing the right thing, but you know, part of it is you're depressed and gaining weight. So you kind of like rolls and rolls, and then it's just this vicious cycle, man. Like
it's the energy thing, man. Like if you stay in that space, you're gonna keep that bullshit around. You're gonna grab that bag of snacks instead of eating something you should. You're gonna decide to stay on the couch and watch a show because it's easier to stay there and cuddle up under the blankets than it is to get up and do something, make a move. But you know, that's what happens, man. That's why I always try to like. I respect the fact that Chris called you like that, man, because like I see it from people every once in a while when I'm scrolling through and I have a second online. I try to do the same thing. You know, where it's like just reach out to somebody, man. You never know when somebody just wants to hear somebody just listen to him for a minute, right? Or even just catch up or whatever, you know. So
yeah, when we had that when he was on that live, we were all talking to him. I sent him he didn't know I sent him a cheer up bio bounce package. Don't get mad at me, Chris. Don't get mad at me. Like so it's like I
sent me a shirt, got me some of those little boxes for the bio bars and samplers, sniffer stuff. Like
dude, it was Christmas. It was end of Christmas season, but he loves the Christmas scents. Him and his wife love Christmas, so I was like, let me get him some of that birch, some peppermint fatty,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it's just a little pick me up. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
you know
man,
what I'm
it's
saying?
nice to do things like that for people, dude. I mean, it goes a long way. I mean, a little notion like that goes such a long way. I mean, that's why it's, you know, something as simple as holding the door or saying thank you to somebody, or, you know, I had like really two really good customer service experiences last Thursday, like both of them before like 10 o'clock in the morning.
That wasn't the peanut brittle one. It wasn't. No, I'm just kidding.
Miss Peanut Brittle, man. What a lady, man. That lady broke my heart. I'll tell that story in a second. But yeah, I mean, just two really great experiences, right? And like typically nowadays, man, you call up a customer service line or whatever, and you're like, man, I'm gonna have to deal with some bullshit for like a half hour. My life's gonna be taken away from me. And like both times I had to do both these experiences, they went really well. And I went out of my way to make sure I was like, listen, I just want to let you know I really appreciate you giving me a minute to express my concerns, yada yada yada. Thank you so much for being understanding. You know, in today's world or whatever, I run a business based off customer service as well, and I really appreciate it. And like it made the lady's day. She was like, oh, thank you. And then she like went above and beyond after that to even try to help me more. And I didn't say that just to say it. I said it because she actually made me feel like I mattered, right?
Yeah.
That's all somebody needs sometime. Every once in a while I get cheered up. So
yeah, the religious piece, and me and Johan kind of connect on a little bit because we grew up differently, but we grew up with the religions we were in. It's stricter, right? And so, and we kind of talked about the similarities, stuff like that. And so I kind of understood where he's coming from because you'll get that message of like, hey, just put message in your faith. But if you're really reading the Bible, it says faith and good works. You have to be putting the work in with your faith. You see what I'm saying? They're tied. Correct me if I'm wrong here, right? But they're tied together, right? Like God rewards faith and good works. That's what it says in the Bible, right? I might be paraphrasing a little bit there, but you know, that's pretty much the message you have there. And you know, it's like, hey, I want to make more money. I want a wife. I want a husband. I want this. What are you doing to work toward that goal to be rewarded through your faith?
Manifest that shit, man. I mean, Bertie just said it right there. Started saying words of affirmation throughout the day. It helps. Exactly. Something that I did when I was going through a really dark time a couple of years ago, I still do to this day, man, is I journal. You know what I mean? Like super simple, bro. It's like this really easy book, man. You open it up. There's 3 things in the beginning that you want to, you know what I mean? Obviously, like what you're grateful for, you know, what would make the day great, a daily affirmation. Then you just recap it with some highlights and some things you learn for the day. But I'm like methodical. I write mine every day because sometimes like in all the bullshit that you go through throughout the course of the day, right? You have a tendency not to take a step back and be like, yo, today wasn't as bad as it was. You know? Like, there was some cool shit, good stuff that happened today. And
perspective is important.
Yeah, of course, man.
But I also want to let people know that, like, if you're in, like, if you're in that space right now, if you have been, you can get out. I thought for a bit I was kind of hopeless, and it was, for me, really, it was a mixture of three key things that helped me get out. First of all, it was my friends. If anyone has been in the TikTok lives, the TikTok detailing community, besides some of the trolls, are super close knit. I shouted out Chris, but I would be here for like 30 minutes shouting out all the people who either commented, sent me a message, called me on Discord. So many people reached out to me, and so many people in the live. I see Drago's in here. I mean, they were giving such good advice to me in the moment where I was just felt like I was lost. So friends for me is the number one thing. Second, for me, definitely, I mean, it doesn't have to be for everyone. For me, definitely was faith. It was definitely just digging deeper and getting my connection closer to God. Trying to understand, like, man, what am I not seeing here? And also just being more appreciative of everything that he's given me, because I've had a super, super blessed life. You know, beyond blessings, and I was just focusing so much on the trials, but man, my trials compared to some other people are absolutely nothing. So definitely strengthening my relationship with Jesus Christ helped me a whole ton in this. But lastly, what I would say is definitely seeking professional help, whether it be through therapy, whether it be through medications. I went to therapy and the professional prescription route, and it has helped me a lot. My mental space, honestly, probably hasn't ever been better. And with a clear mental head, I've been able to get back in my business, do the things I need to do, and I've been super busy the past couple months, and it's been a great blessing. I've made some really great connections with other local detailers. We've been helping each other out. They've been having me work with them. I'm having them come work with me. It's been a great thing, but ultimately, like, get your head clear. If you don't have any friends, someone said, what if you don't have any friends? Join some of these lives. Talk to the people who are in the chat right now, that are in this chat right here in the YouTube live. You can always, I know you can always reach out to Godfrey. You can always reach out to Christian. Eddie, I've never talked to him personally, but he
ain't missing nothing. Trust me.
You
ain't
I can send him a DM, and I'm sure, you know, he would reach out. Jamie's commented on some of my videos. The detail community is really close knit. I'm more close with the TikTok community. So, you know, people like Stan, people like Nighthawk, people like Dragos. There's Birdies down there. Andy, who was on last week. These are all amazing people that will take the time out of their day to talk to you. So if you're going through that, reach out to them if you have no friends. But
because I feel like a lot of guys, man, like, I don't mean to interrupt you, but like I feel like the big thing, at least for me back when I was younger, like I've done therapy before in my life for multiple year stints or whatever, just, you know, trying to get a better level head on things or whatever, but it's expensive, man. You know what I mean? So like if you don't have that option, the best thing to do is try to find somebody that you can lean on that will be there for you. And like you said, dude, there's a lot of really, really, really amazing people in the detailing community that, you know, have no problem spending time and talking and just being there for each other, right? So I mean, I would strongly suggest if the, you know, getting therapy or trying to go get on, you know, get on some medication or whatever isn't the right thing for you, you feel like you're not there yet, I would go back to that friends thing, you know. And if you feel like you don't have anybody, trust me, if you're in the community and you're in this chat right now, you got a friend of me, you got a friend of Godfrey, and you know, I just said it, like, contact them too. So
one thing I want to add on to that. Yeah, reach out. I want to add on to that because so here's the thing about it. There's a point where I have had a therapist for a long time, and I think investing in your brain and in your mind is just as important as investing in your body, right? And your physical well-being. With the clarity, you're able to do so much more stuff, and it's really underrated. Your relationships will be better with everybody, right? There's your performance and your job will be better. I tell people when they start thinking about the money aspect of it, it's the best investment you make in your life. And I'm kind of hardcore this way on it because I'm a big believer in it. Like there are some people that cannot afford it. However, with
it's just more expensive than it was before COVID now, man. I mean, it's expensive to go to therapy for 45 minutes. And the problem a lot of people have with it is you got to find the right therapist or you got to find the right mechanic. You know what I mean? And like ultimately, like you go through and burn $160 in a 45-minute session or whatever. And it's like, yo, they're like looking
30 minutes.
But now they're coming up with those new apps.
And you're like, yo, I'm like trying to talk here and getting cut off. And it's kind of like you leave sometimes getting more mad than you were before you went in, you know? So at least I'm telling my story.
So
first we got to wrap you up right now. I'm like, yeah, I'm like 15 minutes. I got another 25 minutes worth of shit I got to tell you about. You asked me how my day was. I'm talking for an hour straight. You're telling me I'm done already, you know? But again, I mean, it's important to just find help within the community so you have somebody to at least be able to talk to. So
for sure. I just think if you need real help, that person is going to help you get to where you need to help. Because here's the thing. Not everybody's like this, but at least with my friends, I've had friends that somebody can afford it. And I'd be like, man, shut your ass up. Because I'd be like, what if I was just at the mall with you and you just bought this resin anime figure for like $300? I don't want to hear you can't afford, you know what I mean? But some people are for real.
They were just to count how much they spent on DoorDash, how much they spent getting taquitos
for real
at 7-Eleven or on queue. You'll be surprised how much you actually can't afford.
You have to look at it this way. You might be on a tight budget, but this, if you're listening out there, is mission critical for your life, like a heart drug or something like that. Like that, I really believe that. Some people are in that position. Some people are lucky enough not to be in that position, and they don't need that. But one of the hardest things to kind of navigate is the mental illness, right? It's not easy. You got to put in the work. You know what I mean? But
full neck tattoo.
But the thing is, full neck tattoo.
Swinging for SEMA.
But the thing is out there's a lot of these apps today where you can get it cheaper. It's like subscription. So but yeah, man, it's cool, man. I appreciate sharing that story with us because I asked him beforehand. I don't think I put him on a spot like that, guys. I wasn't gonna do him like that. You know what I mean? But I knew in his journey, and like I remember that night we were on the live and we were all concerned and talking to him and all that, and I was like, wow, man, it's a real community here. For real, it's from coast to coast. People were concerned, right? So it was pretty awesome. So you do content every night. I've always liked your videos. I biased because I like the Bill I Bombs videos he makes, but he always makes a decent one for us. So we're gonna get into the fresh AF boy. But like, what's your content style? Like
so honestly, my content style, the place I do most content is on TikTok. I've done some YouTube videos. My Facebook and Instagram is really just for showing my work for my local community. Most of my TikToks is just content for other detailers, honestly. A lot of it's product reviews, quick tips, reviewing stores. Be careful in the sun. Reviewing stores, if you can get good stuff here. It's really just that. You'll see a bunch of if some new stuff comes out and I think it's really cool, I'll buy it. I'll do a review on it. I haven't been posting a lot recently because honestly, I've been super busy. I used to post a lot back then because I wasn't very busy. But now, man, when I get home, the last thing I want to do is like edit a video and upload it. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, my content style, if you want to look for, especially for like detailing tips, especially for beginners, headlight restoration stuff, ceramic coating, how to do that, how to rinseless wash, all that type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that I do, and product reviews here and there. Every once in a while, I'll do some TikTok shop stuff because, I like to get money. So this is being 100% honest. So there'll be some TikTok shop videos on there too. But yeah,
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So Christian, let's fire off the Fresh AF boy. Let's get this round going.
All right, let's do this thing.
Fresh AF, boy. Fresh AF, boy.
Yes, sir. I don't think you have any idea how
Fresh.
I really am.
Yep. One day we'll change it, but it's not gonna be this week.
So
I plan on doing it, and then Jamie had his good dummy viral, and all of a sudden everything went through the window. So sorry.
and listen, priorities, right? So your favorite bio air freshener bar scent.
100% has to be Pop and Cherry.
Hey, my God. Eddie, you hear that when you're still in the chat? You pop in and out in 5 seconds, bro. Of course you left before that one was mentioned.
Pop and Cherry, baby. That's the OG smell right
Eddie's the
there.
biggest hater
Yes,
ever
sir.
for
That was the
Pop
first one. The first BioFresh bar I ever opened was a Pop and Cherry, and it's still my favorite.
That's what's up,
Okay.
bro. Love
What's your
that.
second favorite? Because I know you got to, I'm just curious. What's your,
My second favorite's definitely got to be Squash LLC.
Hey,
All right.
That one's really good. It's
Yeah.
really good.
that's a heater.
yeah, it's a heater for sure. Okay. So, favorite foam cannon?
Oof. In between the MJJC Pro V2, I haven't used the third one. And honestly, the Bruggs foam cannon, if everyone knows Bruggs on TikTok, their foam
new
cannon
one?
is actually really good. For like
The new one?
I haven't used their new one. I have their first one, just the first iteration. It foams stupidly thick. It foams just like my MJJC Pro V2 does. Honestly, pretty good.
Okay. So, rinseless or nah?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a time and place for it. I still like to whip out the foam cannon every once in a while. Sometimes I'll do two-step touchless wash and stuff, but rinseless 100%. Yeah, I mean, I love rinseless washing, especially in the summertime. If you don't have DI water, don't be like me. I got some crazy hard water spots on a $100,000 Jeep Grand Wagoneer Black. I
Worst part
got
about
there
that
at 9
truck
a.m.
is the price
After
tag.
I dealt with that, I think I
Yeah,
left at
right.
midnight doing a full polish and re-ceramic coating on it. Yeah, so if you don't have spot-free water on a black car in the middle of the summer, rinseless wash is a great alternative.
Dude, I used to get hit by working at the dealership at a Black Mustang.
Sprinkler.
The sprinkler with the hard
Yeah.
water. I'd be like, yo,
Worst.
what
The
is this?
worst,
You
Joe.
know? Either you get hit by the sprinkler or the weed whacker. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
one of the two.
Brutal.
All right. So Crocs or not?
No, don't let me catch you guys in Crocs. That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen, you can talk to me about your mental health all you want. If I catch you in some Crocs, I'm worried about you. That's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right. So favorite polisher.
Honestly, I'm kind of I don't like to go for the hype, super expensive stuff. I really love my Max Shine
I know it.
M21 Pro. That thing, freaking beast. A lot of my other polishers that I've had have either broken, parts have broken, things have burnt up. That thing's a freaking trooper. The M21 Pro, it's like $250. I've had it for 3 years. It's made me a butt ton of money. It's
Yeah.
never burned up on me. It's a trooper. So
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Do you ever take Ubers or Lyfts?
Yeah.
All right. I like this. All right. Cool. We got one for this question. Some people don't. All right. So when you take a Lyft or Uber, are you a front seat or back person? Now, here's a scenario before you answer this. Okay. There's 3 of your friends.
It changes
Car-
every week.
The car, no, it does. The car has 4 possible seats. 3 of your friends. One of the possible seats is up front.
No, it's not 3 of your friends. It's 3 of you total.
2 for, yeah, 3 total.
Yes.
Okay.
3 total.
Okay.
Well,
3
because
total.
if it's 4, then obviously someone has to sit in the front seat.
So you don't have to sit in the front seat, but you can choose to sit in the front seat.
Yeah.
Are you getting in the back with your other friends, or are you going in the front seat?
In that situation, I'm going in the front.
Hey,
I'm a bigger guy, so I want to be courteous, give them more space in the back. If it's just me, I'm going in the back. If you go in the front, if it's just you, you're insane.
that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Christian would go in the front by himself.
I don't know, man. I'll go making that call. I said I get in the front all the time because I like talking to people and random strangers or whatever. But that don't mean I'm gonna sit in the damn front when I'm by myself in the Uber. That's a little weird.
Yeah. I'll die if you like pull up one day, meet me somewhere in the Uber.
I might have
in
to
the front
one
seat
day
solo. I just
if we do
yo,
a meetup,
look at
I
this
might
guy.
have to do that.
I'm taking pictures. I'm like, yo, look at this guy right here.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the next intro for the pod. You know what I mean? Godfrey's gonna be on there spending an hour before the podcast, just plastering all the photos of me riding the Uber by myself.
Suspect confirmed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's the go-to playlist in the trenches? It could be anything. Doesn't have
Bro,
to be
in
music.
the trenches, my man Joji, 100%. You guys ever listened to Joji before?
No, I've heard of Joji though.
Slow
but I
Dancing in the Dark.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's Joji.
That's Joji. Okay.
He hasn't made any new music in like 3 years, and I'm
That's
kind of
okay.
worried.
That's
But
okay.
homeboy, if I'm in the trenches, I'm blasting some Joji for sure.
Okay, that's a different vibe. I like that. I like
I'm
that.
still waiting for someone to tell me they do classical music, like that old school Volkswagen commercial in the background.
Oh,
Yeah, as they go around and you hear like Tolstoy playing or something like that. I'm waiting for someone to say that. So, worst car to detail.
ooh, 100% freaking is the Honda HRV. 100% Honda HRV. Those interiors, the carpets are like fuzzy cardboard. It's the worst quality. And the thing
Oh,
is,
it's the worst. It's the worst carpet ever. It's a piece of felt.
yeah, 9 times
And then
out of
half
10,
of it's got the
there's
vinyl floor on it, right?
yeah. I love the vinyl floor, but no, every HRV, not the CRVs are great. It's the Honda HRV. That carpet, nightmare. Worse than Toyota carpets. There's always going to be pet hair. The kid's always going to spill something. And honestly, like,
You know what gets on my nerves? It's got them like little wells, like by like where like the clips for the seats are or whatever, like the little clip that goes on top of the bolt. Like it's got a well around there, man. Like no matter what vacuum tip you try to get in there, there's always some crust down in there you can't get to. You're just shooting it to wet it and hit it with a brush, hoping it comes out and shit.
And then it sucks. I found out the hard way. The second row, I don't know if it folds up or folds that way, but it folds.
I think.
And so they're always family cars. When you fold it, you find the gulag of all the kids stuff. And it's,
I know.
I've never finished a detail
the
on
abyss.
Time
That's the abyss, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I used to get the craziest stuff from trade-ins. I got like a remake of like a Picasso in my house, like from this lady. Like they would trade it stuff. I'm like, yeah, ma'am, you want this? But then you would see this stuff like, oh God, what is that? Like, did you
It's like shout out to the homie JJ over at the one dealership. You know what I'm talking about, Godfrey. JJ be finding things in cars all the time.
He could have his own flea market, dude.
Yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I got one of the most badass blades in my kitchen. Like big ass, like cleaver, heavy, like you know, solid, like 3-pounder. Like you like drop this thing on something and it's like, you know what I mean? He's like, I found this in a car. I'm like, what are you doing with this? Or I don't know. I'm just gonna, you know, keep it here in this pile with all the other shit I have. Man, give me that shit, man. I'll use that thing at home and start cooking with it.
Always be friends with the lock guy. He gave me a 12-inch Pioneer subwoofer one time.
Dude, he finds like AirPod Pro cases all the time. He's like, yeah, what kind of, you got AirPods, right? Is this your generation? I'm like, dude, it doesn't work like that. I can't just take the case, and I have a case, so I don't need another case, but I appreciate the offer, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
We got to add something on the questions, man. What's the wildest shit you ever found in a car?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube.
I can. I mean, I could say it.
The devil's lettuce. Can you say that stuff on?
Yeah.
Godfrey says devil's lettuce every week.
All right, so it was before it was legalized in Oklahoma. So now it's not that big of a deal, but back then it wasn't legal in Oklahoma. And I show up to this guy's house. I open the car. I immediately smell it. I'm trying to find it. I find a bag. I kid you not, like filled to the brim, this big. And he was like, "Dude, if you want some, it can be your tip." I'm like, "No." Please take it out of the car, please.
Some dudes in the car industry would have been like, "Yeah, man, I'm down." I mean,
like now it's not that big of a deal, but back then, that amount in Oklahoma when it was illegal, straight to jail. So
I mean, I'll tell you the craziest thing I found. Hold your hats for this. It was a box of condoms unopened. Like I'm talking like multiple boxes and an unopened. There was a bottle of KY back there, and I was showing an older guy a car, and an older guy looks at me and he looks at it, he's like, "Man, someone was really getting." I was like, and then he goes, "Do you have her number?" I'm like, "Dude, stop, stop." He still bought it though. He bought it.
Yeah.
We cleaned it. The detailer did their job. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, why of everything would be in there? I had no idea because it got traded in, but it didn't get cleaned yet. So it was
a lot of dealerships during that COVID era, man. They were just taking cars and they weren't even detailing them. And people were coming in, they wanted cars so bad, they did not give a shit what that car looked like. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll run it through detail. Don't worry about it." Like pop the trunk open, there's like tire falling out the back, like trash bags worth of shit.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
people didn't care.
Yeah, they weren't doing that at my dealership, but there was definitely times where you're spotting cars and they had to bring it back. Detailers hate you when you have to do that. Having to clean the car after they've been living in it for a month.
yeah, that sucks.
You got to stick to the WIO when that happens. Like the 30 days pass. I'm sorry, buddy. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah.
People start freaking out. All right,
David
so
Graham knows the deal. On the carpet, quick vacuum,
Vacuum
with
with
a spray can, baby.
heck yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, it's starting to
Yeah,
spread like
fabric
wild.
dye on those HRVs. It's gonna be your
Absolutely.
best friend because I promise you, you will not get all that stuff out, no matter how.
Absolutely not,
Tornador,
dude.
steamer,
Don't matter.
strongest vacuum.
Doesn't matter. Your Tornador will kick out on you 15 times and you get the front seat done if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So steamer or extractor? Yeah, let me preface this question because people have been trying to get out of this. I want a real answer. You have a stain that's on a seat, right? It's not big, but there's a smell in there. Are you picking a steamer or extractor, right? Like I'm not talking like it's a disaster car where like everything's saturated or something. Because some people are team extractor no matter what, or they're team steamer no matter what. You know what I mean? Christian hold this answer. This makes him turn over in his bed at night when he sleeps. People say this.
I mean, some people might not agree with me, but I'm kind of more of an old school guy. I'm team extractor. Like most of the time, I'll just whip it out, just in, especially because, like you said,
pause. That's gonna be a clip. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had a steamer for a while, but I like to feel better knowing that I extracted it. Not saying you can't get results with a steamer. I've actually been playing recently with using steamers on most cars and using the extractor as for the heavy stuff. But honestly, for the majority of my detailing career, I've been going extractor first, and then you got to make sure you have some blower fans. Harbor Freight has some good air movers for like $89. Put that on there once you extract it. I mean, it'll be dry in like 10 minutes. So never leave the seats wet. If you do that, shame on you. But make sure you have the proper tools. If you have an extractor, have the proper tools to ensure you dry the seat.
Or you could biohack it and go with the steamer in the Mini though, because that could work on some of that. Some people do.
It could work, yeah.
What I like about the steamer is when you hit the spot and you hit the pay dirt, you know it because you're gonna smell it. You're like, oh, it's there, and then it eventually goes. So, I gotta call this out, brother. My guilty pleasure is any change that's in the cup holder and is under the seats. I get sucked up in the vacuum. I cash it in with around.
Everybody sucks up change on
the noise of
going through the vacuum though to get it is diabolical.
Bro,
yeah,
it hits different. I love that noise.
That like ping, ping, ping.
Yeah, it's tickles my brain in a good way.
Yeah, but when you don't hear it, you're like, man, I gotta clean my vacuum out. I haven't emptied that shit in a while. It's hitting the
lock I
bottom,
used
and
to
it's a
have
layer of dirt like this,
Ugh.
Yeah,
crazy. All right, so your go-to interior cleaner,
dude, gotta be either rinseless wash. CTX rinseless wash is what I use from Nighthawk brand. I actually teamed up with Chris to make that. So I use that a lot of times, but second, it's got to be Coach Chemi Polestar. Those are the main two I use on 99% of vehicles. It's very rare that I have to whip out any APC. I only ever really do that on like work trucks that have like grease and stuff because Polestar and rinseless won't cut through grease. I'm just being honest.
Right.
But I mean, I use my Polestar at 15-1, so I use it pretty diluted. But I always keep a bottle of APC at 20-1 just in case if I need it. But rinseless wash, and Polestar is what I use 99% of the times on interiors.
Nice.
Gloss or no gloss tires?
I don't like mirror shine gloss on tires, but I definitely also don't like matte. I like a little shinier than like a semi gloss. If that makes any sense.
Okay. So you still like it to be a little wet looking, but just not
Yes.
soaking,
A little
not
wet
drippy,
looking, but not
drippy.
enough to where you're thinking in my head, man, is this the crap that they put on my tires? Is it going to sling?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I don't want it to be that wet looking, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Favorite car?
We're talking realist, like
Any car that you can have.
However you feel. Supercar owner, regular daily, whatever. If we close your eyes and you're picturing a car or a truck, what is it?
all right. So there's two. I can't decide between the two. I would say the longest favorite car I've had in my entire life. I mean, I grew up with this car on the freaking as a poster on the wall in my bedroom. Audi R8 V10 Plus. I made a goal with myself that if by 80 years old, if I haven't owned an Audi R8, then my life has been a failure. So that's my goal. It's high.
I love shit like that.
It's high, you know, up to 80, but I have to own an Audi R8. You know?
You're hedging your bets a little there. You're giving yourself some space
I'm
to
giving
get it done.
myself some good time.
Yeah.
Audi R8 V10 Plus, you know I'm going to have that. But probably what I'm going to have before that to help trade in towards that, I really want to get the new Lexus LC 500. Basically, the Lexus Supra. I just think it looks really good. I really love coupes. My first car was a coupe. I love them. So it's got to be between the LC 500 and Audi R8 V10.
Nice. You don't hear people talk about the LC. But the LC is a sharp car, man.
Yeah.
They're pricey though, boy.
I know. They're not cheap.
Pricey. What, 115 or something like that now?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, there was one at the dealership a couple weeks back or whatever. They're badass cars though, man. You just don't see a lot of them at all.
It's very rare. Most cars nowadays, you don't see them that have that width, you know, like the LC 500 does.
Yeah,
that was more
fat ass.
Yeah, honestly, bro.
I know, dude. It is. It is.
Favorite cartoon as a kid?
Bro, it gotta be Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I was gonna call that shit because I'm like I'm starting to like character profile when we're having them on. I'm like, if you're in a certain age range, you're most likely saying Ed, Edd and Eddy.
It's gotta be, dude. I grew up on that, man. Ed, Edd and Eddy. I always wanted to get a jawbreaker like they did. I was really disappointed when I found out the biggest one you can get is at the mall. It's like this big.
Yeah, we used to get them back in the day.
And why is it more than 25 cents, you know?
Yeah. The worst part about them big ass jawbreakers back in the day was you used to like stick it back in a bag and let it just dry with saliva on it and pull it back out again and just lick it down again, dude. It was crazy, bro.
I know.
Thinking about that now is crazy. I never really gave it a deep dive like that. But I remember
Think of being a teacher in school watching kids do that.
Yeah, dude.
Kind of like, what the?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ranch or blue cheese in a wing setting?
The ranch 100%. Blue cheese is wild, man. I can't. Maybe I just don't have the acquired taste yet. Although
you're still young, boy. You're still young.
You're still young. You're still young.
Your
taste buds ain't even changed more than twice in your life yet.
No,
your brain's matured. Your taste buds are lagging.
It could be. I can't really do blue cheese. It's not like I can't, but it's like I much rather prefer like their in-house ranch, bro. Ranch with wings for me.
I like both, but if I had a choice, I'm getting blue cheese with the chunks in it.
Yeah, chunks all day, bro.
Get that out of here, bro.
Yeah, you get that scoop with the wing with the chunk on it.
Yeah,
bro.
It's special about that shit right there.
So you like to get cheese and like leave it in your fridge till it molds and then cut it up?
I mean, if it tasted like blue cheese, I do it, but it don't.
I went to my boy's restaurant in Baltimore, bro. I wish I remember what the name of this cheese was that he gave me, but I'm not gonna lie, it was about the size of my pinky nail, the nail on my pinky. And he was like, yo, split that with the 4 people you're at the table. He goes, if you eat that yourself, you're gonna feel like you got punched in the face by like a mule. And literally we chopped into 4 little tiny pieces and ate it, dude. And that thing fucked. Like you ate it, you're like, oh my God. Like that's foul ass cheese right there. Yeah. But I mean, if you like that kind of thing, like that's cool. But if you're not in,
I prefer more like sharp cheese, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp and then smoke. There was this guy when I was up in my time in Idaho. This guy, they had a farm with a bunch of goats, and they made smoked goat cheese.
Yo, bro, goat cheese goat cheese
fine.
is like probably my favorite cheese. Over the past year, I've absolutely fallen in love with that stuff,
Yeah.
dude. Like way
And I'm
more than I
lactose
ever have
intolerant, so
before.
goat cheese doesn't really hurt my tummy.
Oh,
Bro,
nice, dude.
Ah.
so good.
Yeah, goat cheese.
If I was
so good.
lactose intolerant, I'd be goat cheese and everything up. You know
But
what
see,
I mean?
I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't let that stop me from having a good time. You know.
So
I
you're,
respect that.
so you're gonna pay the price later on. That's what
Whatever,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You only live once.
But if I don't
man.
have to pay the price, I'll do it. But
Some
I
people
mean-
got those pills.
yeah, I've tried them. They work kind of, but I mean, they don't really work. You know, you're still gonna get the bubble guts. So
Yeah, I'm just glad that doesn't happen to me. That's all I gotta say. You know, I probably should give everybody the bubble guts, but we'll see how you feel about this. Candy corn, yes or no?
no.
Chris, it's like I'm on an island.
Yo, I'm good, man. I got some candy corn fudge in my fridge. I got dropped off earlier.
Candy corn fudge.
Absolutely, bro.
So is that really candy corn, or is it just fudge in the shape of candy corn?
Nah, it's like a peanut butter, like candy corn fudge. It's banging.
I mean, I could get down with it if you're adding peanut butter in there, but the raw wax-like consistency of the candy corn, man, there's just so many better candies out
Is
there.
it like candy corn that's on top of the fudge?
Yeah, candy corn's
Okay.
on top.
I
pretty
don't know if
bang.
that qualifies as a true candy corn consumption. It's just,
Dude, I've tried to get behind the candy because it's a cool thing. Because my brother loves it. He likes to stack it up and
Yeah,
start seeing
man.
the
You
cob
get the
and
cool
how-
ones with like only the yellow and the orange, just missing the
Yeah.
white, or you get the longer white piece or whatever.
But it just tastes like you shouldn't be eating it. You know, it tastes
It
like more
does.
like a toy or like Play-Doh. Like
you know, like the jelly bean flavors that come in like wet dog in that game you play. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Bamboozled or bean boozled.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bean Boozled.
Bean boozled. That's a crazy
So-
game. If you ever play
it
that shit
is.
with kids, it's
Mhm.
hilarious.
You ever gotten the freaking rotten fish?
Dude, they're so bad.
So
They're
bad.
so bad. But you like, I won't play that game with somebody unless you have to eat it. You can't spit it out. Like, we're
Yeah,
not doing
yeah,
that
yeah,
style.
no,
You have
no,
to
no, no.
You
swallow
gotta
it.
eat.
Yeah,
that
you have
shit.
to eat it. You have to eat
Yeah,
it.
100%,
There's
bro.
there's
You play
no-
Bean
there's-
Boozled, you're like, "Ugh, I can't eat this.
No.
Like, nah, I'm not
No.
playing with
You gotta
Go
suck
play
it
with
up.
the kids in the
It's
corner.
part
over
of the
there.
game. You gotta
Yeah,
commit.
you got to man up. It's just one little jelly bean. Come on. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah. All right. So ketchup on eggs, yes or no?
I have to say yes because I started off living my
knew
life
it.
with that.
I knew you were gonna say yes because the delay in the answer, I'm like, he's gonna say yes.
Well, now I would say no because I've been enlightened to the hot sauce called Valentina. But I can't lie.
Is that your favorite
My
hot sauce?
The what?
Valentina, your favorite hot sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty
Valentina,
good.
but with the black label. They stopped selling it
Yes.
at Walmart now, so
Yes,
now
I
you
know
have
what
to
you're
go to like
talking
the
about.
Mexican stores.
Yep,
But,
yep.
I mean, I have to say yes because my childhood I grew up with putting ketchup on eggs.
Oh, I did
but-
too, 100%.
But man, if you've never had Valentina, bro, like
I'll
put
try it.
that on your eggs. Oh my gosh, dude.
Is it really hot?
They got a green too, don't they?
I don't know. Well,
think they got a
their
green
yellow label is not very hot. It's more flavor. Their
Yeah.
black label is more heat.
Yeah, their black label's got the heat.
So can you put that like can I put that a little bit on the top of a hard boiled egg?
Hell,
Yeah.
dude, that's the only way I eat my hard boiled eggs.
can.
I boil I do like 12 of them a week or whatever,
Whoa.
and literally I take a bite out, put the little scoop at the top, whatever hot sauce I got in the fridge I'm going through, and boom, throw that thing right back.
Literally 9 times out of 10, whatever meal I have is probably gonna have Valentina on it.
Yes, I love that, dude.
Nice. Yellow mustard or spicy brown mustard?
What the crap is spicy brown mustard?
You don't know what?
Never had spicy brown?
No,
Really?
I've never
the-
even heard of spicy
No,
brown.
yes,
mustard.
you have. Sure, you have, dude. It's
Brown. You never had
What about,
spicy
yellow
mustard?
stuff.
Like Dijon mustard?
Nah, not Dijon. It's like a spicy brown.
Oh, I gotta Google this real quick. What the crap is spicy?
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I've never
You know,
heard
it's
of
like a horse. It's
spicy
got like a
brown.
horseradish bite to it.
Yeah. Well, now I just changed your life. You're never gonna go back to yellow mustard again after that. I guarantee you.
Godfrey might actually be kicking some truth on that one.
You're gonna be like,
Spicy
what?
brown's banging.
Does it taste like Dijon mustard?
Nah,
No.
Dijon's more sweet.
Oh, is this more like?
It's got like a horseradish type of tart to it.
I could
Christian-
get down with that.
Christian,
That's
do you
good,
think?
dude.
Do you think we know more about it because of a soft pretzel and it's just fire on a soft pretzel? Like people put it on hot dogs.
100%.
Just soft, yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm always grabbing spicy if it's on the table.
Bro,
And
when
out
I
every
get back
other.
home, because I'm out of town right now, when I get back home, I'll give it a shot because it actually looks good. I've just never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's banging. If you like hot dogs, you throw freaking spicy brown on a hot dog, bro.
Because I
it
like
is-
yellow mustard, and I like spicy.
You'll
So I
love it.
imagine if you mix the
You'll
two,
love
and I
it.
like horseradish.
Yeah,
I've
you'll
been
love it.
known to come to the cookout with my own spicy mustard, actually, just in case you didn't have it. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Like,
Yeah,
because
man.
you get the hot dog ready, you're like, oh man, it's just
Oh,
yellow
snap.
mustard
What up,
here.
Hacker?
All right, Tabasco is amazing too. So you gotta have Tabasco. You gotta have Valentina. And I'm kind of weird, but I kind of like Taco Bell Diablo sauce as well.
I like Diablo sauce.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's four main salsas that I always have. It's got to be Valentina Black Label. It's going to be the Tabasco, Sriracha, and Taco Bell Diablo. That's what's always in my fridge. That'll
Yeah, but-
cover everything because I won't put Valentina on like Asian cuisine, like Chinese takeout and stuff. I feel like Valentina is just
Yeah,
classic
Chinese
flavor.
takeout. If you don't put the hot mustard on your food,
Mm.
get Chinese. That's the way to go, man. I'm
Yeah.
all
I've
in.
been doing Sriracha. I just put Sriracha on it. It's pretty
Okay,
good.
okay. Yeah, so I mean sriracha you can.
Yeah,
So-
but I'll try, bro. I'll kid you not. I'm gonna get that spicy brown mustard and I'll give it a shot.
Keep
So-
us posted. Love to hear it.
Let's see. He's been preparing for this. Snickers Army mount up. Snickers vein up. Or vein down or vein up.
Oh man. It's gotta be vein up, bro.
Vein up. Okay. Traditional.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The other way is too weird, man. Then you're playing with the textures, and I just think you're weird if you're getting texture land, eating the freaking Snickers. It's too deep.
There's some people out there that have done that. I'll leave them nameless, but you know,
Snickers
No,
don't ever last
call 'em
long
out,
enough
call
for
'em
me to
out.
even know, man. I just eat that thing so fast. I don't even know. I rip it open, especially it's always the fun size pack. It's like the whole thing. Boop.
Yep.
Mhm.
Shoot that bad boy down.
So, last question of the evening, folks, as we wrap it up: loyalty or respect?
That's a tough question, man.
So we keep it for last after the Snickers question. It's like a mind game.
That's the Snickers one. Bro, that's hard to choose one or the other. I'm gonna say loyalty, man. Respect is earned. There's gonna be people who don't respect me for whatever, whether it be my religious views, political views, the color of my skin, whatever, or how I do things, how I talk. That don't really bother me. But if any of you guys have ever, almost everyone here has probably had someone bite them in the back, turn on them. That hits worse. I don't give a flying crap if someone disrespects me. You can call me any name in the world. I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but I heard it all. I went to a place where my last name in Spanish means skinny. I am not skinny. You know how many times I got roasted in Bolivia? It was insane. But
That's
the thing
crazy,
is, I don't
bro.
care because they're all loyal. They roasted the crap out of me, but man, these people still came up. They always made sure we were fed. So I would have to say loyalty. Respect, I can go without respect. I don't know if I could go without loyalty.
That's the best answer I think I've heard for the reason of loyalty that I've heard so far.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's
Yep,
pretty
yep.
good.
That's all we got, folks. Tell them where to find you, Delgado. Tell them, where you can find you on social media handles.
So you can find me I'm most active on TikTok, which is Delgado.detailing. You can find me on YouTube, Delgado Detailing. And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking questions on both of those. Either is fine. Just look up Delgado Detailing on either one of those. You'll see my logo with my beloved GTI up there. So it's all just look up Delgado Detailing and you'll find me on all the social medias. So I'm not on Twitter though. That place is the cesspool. So.
Yeah, man, you can only devote so many damn social media.
That's
That-
the
that
biggest
means-
problem, man. It's like
Yeah.
there's so many different platforms nowadays.
Facebook and
It's like-
Twitter, they don't get my time. Instagram, TikTok will, but the other two, I can't. You just got to make a choice.
Yep.
So, guys, listen. Thanks for tuning in. We don't want to forget Funkin 10 House of Rags promo.
Yo, don't forget to smash that like button. Show some love to the page. Make sure you drop a comment in the episode. And if you guys haven't checked out the dummy video yet, dummy viral video by Jamie, do me a favor, throw that thing a like, get in the comments, and start shooting down the haters for us because we're getting tired of doing it.
Yeah,
Anything else, Godfrey?
Snickers Army, mount up into the comments. That's all I'm going to say.
Word.
Oh, man.
They do. The community, listen, we'll leave, but I want to say that community really gets our back because we tell the truth about our product. And I see it all the time where I'm like, I want to comment. And it's like, I don't have to say anything because they're just like, yo, this is the deal. They're like, nah, dog, you're wrong, and I love it. It's awesome. So thanks to the community for that. They get her back all the time. So
Mr. EC just said we dropped in at 5. They have 5 million on the video now. So
Dang.
a lot of eyes on bio bombs this week, man. Much love and appreciate everybody for the support, man. We truly could not be here without you. Shout out to Jamie and Eddie, man. Love the fact that Thor got that thing underneath on the books. And outside of that, man, I mean, I think that's it for the week, Godfrey. We'll catch up with everybody next week. Appreciate the time, bro. Thank you for sharing your experience with us, man. And we'll be in touch, man.
peace.
All right, y'all.